What's up guys? Today we're going to be tackling one of the biggest questions for photography business owners. Should you be an LLC or an S-Corp, and which one will save you more time and give you less headaches? If you've ever wrapped up a 10-hour photo shoot with a diva model only to face a monster tax bill at the end of the year, well, stick around because we're about to turn that tax strategy into a plan for more cash in your pocket. My name is Travis Reynolds. I am a CPA and I focus on helping photographers grow their business. But let's focus on what the difference is first. An LLC, which basically stands for a limited liability company, is just a legal structure. Basically, a fancy way to set up your business so that you and the business are separate entities. Think of an LLC like a sturdy camera case protecting your personal assets. If something goes wrong in the business, say like a client slips on your studio or sues over a photo mishap, your personal stuff like your house or your car, it is going to be safe. Setting up an LLC usually means you just have to do some paperwork with the state and possibly pay some fees. For example, in the state of California, there is an $800 annual LLC fee, even if you made no money. All right, now let's focus on what an S-Corp is. An S-Corp is actually not a legal entity. It is just a tax election. In fact, an S-Corp is required to be an LLC. They often do work together. Electing an S-Corp status means telling the IRS like, hey, tax my company differently. So what's the big deal? It changes how your profits are taxed. An S-Corp isn't a fancy title or impressing clients. It's about saving money on taxes if done right. All right, now that that's done, let's talk about the basics. If you're just an LLC or just a sole proprietor, the IRS will treat all of your income the same as it does if you were a W-2 employee. You'll have to pay regular federal income tax and also what is known as the self-employment tax. That self-employment tax is a flat 15.3% on 100% of your profits. It's equivalent to the employee and the employer portion of FICA taxes such as Social Security and Medicare. So if you make $100,000, you will have to pay regular income tax on that $100,000 and also pay the self-employment tax of 15.3%. With an S-Corp election, you tell the IRS, hey, I don't want all my taxes subject to the self-employment tax. I want to split it. So how do we do that? Well, basically with the S-Corp, you are required to get on payroll and you are required to pay yourself what is known as a reasonable compensation. In this scenario, we'll say $60,000. That means those payroll taxes will only get taxed on what you pay yourself. Everything else will just be subject to the regular income tax. That would mean the $40,000 difference just saved you $6,120 in taxes. That's enough to buy a new camera or even fund a brand new marketing campaign, which even would make your taxes go down even lower. But there's always a catch. If you choose to go down the S-Corp route, you're going to have to incur more administrative work and added overhead. The first catch is payroll taxes. When you're an S-Corp, you must get on payroll. That means using a payroll service or software to cut yourself paychecks, withhold taxes, and file quarterly payroll reports. Think of this like adding an extra step in your editing workflow. It's more effort, but necessary. If you've only ever taken owner draws from business before, this will be a change, and yes, probably will have to pay a small monthly fee for a payroll service, and it's something I recommend to all of my clients. Trying to save the money to do it yourself is not worth it. The next catch is that an S-Corp files its own tax return each year. It's a separate return from your personal return. You'll probably want an accountant's help with this one, which is also an extra cost. An S-Corp return can be expensive too. It's common for S-Corp tax returns to start around $1,500. You will also need to do more bookkeeping. This is because with an S-Corporation return, you are likely not only reporting income and expenses, you also have to report a balance sheet. It's also crucial to stay on top of bookkeeping because the balance sheet you report on this year's tax return will also be reported on next year's tax return, and it's important that they match. Then there's also the additional fees that come with being an S-Corp, as some states will charge additional fees. But remember, all these admin tasks can be outsourced to a software or a bookkeeper, and they're all tax deductible expenses too. So it's manageable with the right help. You'd rather be capturing golden hour portraits than crunching numbers, but a little extra admin work could save you big bucks. It's also a trade-off, like spending time to learn a new editing technique that saves you hours later. So, should your photography studio make the S-Corp election? The answer depends whether the benefits outweigh the cost. I generally don't recommend clients make the S-Corp election until their profit is around $100,000 before paying themselves. That is because they will still have to pay themselves a reasonable salary, and if all of their profit is going to salary, they won't be getting any of the tax savings anyways. And you know that running a photography studio isn't just pretty pictures and Instagram glory. It's a business with all the unglamorous challenges. I get it, because I've seen it. Late night editing, hundreds of photos, you chasing down clients for payments, you gotta deal with difficult models, or you got a bridezilla who tests your patience, and yes, you gotta pay those hefty taxes that make you wonder why you started a business in the first place. But here's the thing, choosing the right business structure won't solve all of your problems, but it can tackle one big pain point, which is unnecessary taxes, and that can make a huge difference in your bottom line. Think of electing an S-Corp like handling that difficult model on set. You give them just enough of what they want to keep the peace. In the tax world, that means paying yourself a decent salary while saying nope to extra taxes on the rest. Less money to taxes means more money for you, and to upgrade equipment, you get to hire an assistant so you can book more shoots, or you simply can take home a better paycheck and reduce financial stress. And it's about working smarter, not harder with your business. At the end of the day, I want your studio to be more profitable and less stressful. You deserve to enjoy the art and the business side of photography. So whether you're dealing with grumpy toddlers and family shoots or juggling last minute edits, at least you shouldn't be overpaying taxes due to the wrong business setup. I know an LLC versus an S-Corp isn't exactly the most thrilling topic to talk about, but I hope I made it clear. More importantly, I hope you see a path to saving money and reducing headaches as you grow. Remember, your business structure can change as it evolves. It's not set in stone. Just like you upgrade your camera or your techniques over time, you can start an LLC and later add that S-Corp filter when it makes sense. It's all about doing what's best for you and the future of your studio. So thank you for hanging out with me through this crash course in business structures. You guys are not just artists, you guys are also entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs may have to make smart decisions. So keep those questions coming, and I'll keep sharing tips to help you run a thriving photography business. Now go out there and shoot your shot with cameras, not with blind guesses at taxes.